Dear brothers and sisters, queridísimos hermanos y hermanas, bien chers frères et sœurs, liebe Brüder und Schwestern,
Дорогие братья и сестры, 亲爱的兄弟姊妹们，
fratelli e sorelle carissimi, habemus
Dixo proudly presents the ApeCoin DAO Special Council Election 07-2024 with candidate.
My name is Pieter. I'm the founder of the Board Brewing Company and a serial entrepreneur / founder. My background is in computer science and entrepreneurship, and got into Web3 on the NFT side of things about 3 years ago, which feels like 20 years. So I'm an OG. I've been here a long time, apparently. Many cycles. But yeah, and I'm running for special counsel just because as I wrote RAIP and got it pushed through, I learned a lot about kind of the inner workings of the DAO and got really fascinated by the structure of it. And I was compelled to apply essentially with ApeChain coming up. I just think we're at an inflection point where it's time to move fast and have kind of a builder visionary mindset on the council. I know we have a lot of kind of people who are good with processes and procedures and things of that nature. And I think we need a builder mindset in there. And my history in startups and tech, also in IP and IRL with Board Brewing and leveraging that IP. And, it's a culture coin that is supposed to bridge the gap between digital and real life and online and onboard people. And so I think I have a unique capacity to really bring value there. So I put my hat in the ring, and the rest is history. So.
And are you going to devote yourself full-time to the special counsel?
Yeah, so they say it can be up to a full-time position, and I think everyone who's in Web3 knows how to manage their time really well. I own a restaurant, and, I have a 1-hour meeting a week. I don't work in the restaurant. I don't serve tables. I don't, do any of that kind of stuff. And so I have the, as an entrepreneur, the ability to delegate and work with really good people within my businesses. And so I can definitely make it work to have the time to contribute. And I know it's going to be something that ebbs and flows, where there will be a big launch. ApeChain will be committing a lot of time and energy at a certain point in time, to other times where it's a bit more procedural and static. And so I'm uniquely positioned where I'm my own boss. And so I have the ability to flex. And so I have that capacity to give full time, in the sense that understanding it's not 9 to 5. And so I think a lot of people are saying, can you work a 9 to 5? For this opportunity, I can work 8 hours a week or contribute 10 the next week, depending on if it's the launch of ApeChain or not, kind of thing. So yeah, I can definitely commit to that.
Okay. And what's your vision with the transparency and accountability within the DAO?
Yeah, I've had conversations with existing members and past special council members. I know there's, a lot that can and can't be said. I think that there's a difference between just writing reports and the weekly report and trying to communicate that way, as opposed to just being really open in public forums. And so I think Twitter Spaces and the medium that everyone uses is crypto Twitter, even though it's crypto X now, everyone still says CT. I really think that's the best way currently to get the information across. And so I'm committed to sharing on that platform. And, I'll do the reports, but I think there's a lot more context and things that can happen in conversations like this, in one-on-one conversations, in one-to-many conversations. And I think there's a lot of ways to do that. So transparency doesn't mean video recording every single meeting you have. I think it means having the ability to just distill down what is going on and what's being worked on and where. So that's the goal.
And accountability for approved AIPs?
Yeah, having written and revised ours, and we had to revise it twice, and understanding that process, the accountability lies on doing proper due diligence and really setting people up for success. And so that starts with having a better understanding of what a proper AIP is and how it works. And so they're very obscure, and there's not a lot of information on how to do it, and there's not a lot of information on the process. And I said on one of the spaces that these are simple things that ApeCoin was derived from apes, so I like to say, apes don't read. We need infographics and very simple diagrams for people to follow that can get as detailed as they need, where you can click through and really get the information. And that's not a hard lift. That's not a hard thing to do. That's pretty standard. I think this last council has just sat back and said, we'll fill out a weekly report, and then once in a while we'll go on spaces and we'll, just kind of let people figure it out. It needs to be more proactive. And I think there's a really good group in the Marcoms. And so marketing and especially communications, it's our job to get to them what needs to get out. It's not our job to be specialized marketers or communications people. So working with that team and really having it be collaborative is going to help a lot.
If you're not elected, are you going to devote time to the ApeCoin DAO or try to work alongside with the elected special counsel?
Yeah, I mean, we're already so far down the rabbit hole with ApeCoin, the activations that we're doing on our beer cans, the scanning the can for the education platform. We're partnering with 10 Web3 communities to do beer, seltzer, or energy drinks at their events. And all of that is led with, ApeCoin exposure as the focal point. So there will be no stopping that. The ThankApe application that's in, I think we have a really good shot at being one of those contributors. And so there's really clever ways that they've built in to have activations on that level. So I'm fully committed. I think, not to disparage any other nominees, but I think some of them either see this as a potential job they can have that pays the money, or they think the DAO is broken and they want to fix things. I just see this as an extension of my everyday and something that I'm already so deep into that my Venn diagram of, being a startup founder and a thought leader and a builder and someone who understands the speed at which we need to move really lends itself. And so, yeah, I will continue in my full capacity to do this. It'll be an unofficial role.
And if elected, who would you like to work with?
I'm excited to work with Horizon on ApeChain. I know that they already have a bunch of potential partnerships and onboarded partnerships, and they've got ideas around launching meme coins and how they bring the masses there. So for me, it's a black box of not knowing what conversations have already happened there versus what I could bring to the table. And I think that there's a combination of both where I can continue on what's been done with the existing members that stay on. And I mean, I would probably do a quick exit interview with the ones leaving, with Trippy and the SC Council that are leaving, and say, hey, where are we at? What exciting things are we doing? And so for me, it's going to be the collaborations and partnerships with new people to launch the new chain that I think will be the most exciting for me, and also getting to know the inner workings, the legal side of it too. Just getting a grasp on how that works.
And with what other nominee candidate would you like to be elected with?
I've been fascinated by Ernest. I'm not certain he's the best candidate by any means, but I'm certain he's one of the nicest people you ever heard speak on a space. He's just so calm and endearing, and he just is so likable, which is a really interesting trait to have through voice. I don't know that I'm all that likable in first terms. I have, some people, I'm 6'5", and I can look intimidating and kind of off-putting, and I tried my best to learn ways to smile more and come across without a monotone voice. But Ernest just has that calm, smooth voice, and he's like, here's my history. When he talked about the rodeo the other day, for everyone I think was on the edge of their seat. They're fascinated. They're like, this guy is cool. I don't know if he's good for the special counsel or not, but I would love to. I think he obviously would be good to a degree. So Ernest would be my pick.
Yesterday I was on a space and someone asked a really interesting question to one of the special counsel that I never asked. And if you can tell me a secret no one knows.
About me, a secret that nobody knows. The two interesting things about me is that I own a craft nacho restaurant, but I think I did talk about that briefly. I think craft nachos is the only comfort food in the world that has never been executed at scale. We have lobster nachos, poke nachos, pierogi nachos. It's unbelievable. I'm pretty proud of that. I also, I had a full hip replacement. I think we're coming on 10 years now, so extremely young to have that done. So the big scar down my leg, and I'm active. I play beach volleyball. It doesn't hinder me at all, but people are usually surprised to hear someone who's not 80 years old who fell down on some ice having a total hip replacement. So, and that was just born wrong and just had an issue there. And I wanted to be able to be active with my kids, and I had a lot of pain. And so I went in and had the surgery done, and it was, 18 months of recovery, and it was pretty tough, and just a strange thing to have the largest bones in your body chopped off and replaced. So that's kind of a weird thing that people don't generally know about me.
Well, at least you won't need it when you'll be 70.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, can you send a message to wrap it up?
It's hard because I haven't run for anything since student council in high school. And then it was just popularity contest. And now a lot of it is who you know. But I really think I'm differentiated from a couple lawyers and a comedian and, a marketing person on the special counsel. So why am I unique? And I don't know if I'm getting the information across that and I'm trying hard not to be I'm like a Garga of Yuga. When my hands are in something and I'm a builder, and Board Brewing has gone from zero to a lot in 12 months. And I get a lot of things done done quickly, and I just really think we need that on special counsel. So the thing I'm really trying to hammer home that people understand is that they want people who can do things quickly and move and shake and, have that thought leadership and collaboration mindset. And someone who's proven to have done that, which I've done repeatedly and consistently within Web3, the relationships that we built, and, we're doing beer cans with a bunch of Web3 projects. We're doing Bone Shake with Wicked Craniums. We've had beer at 8 Fest and collaborated with Yuga Labs. And so just that's what I would probably want to hammer home, is that I think it's an obvious choice, but also how I communicate that to people is really my job to do better. So
Powered by Dixo and ApeCoin.